In 3 weeks, I'll be competing in my first natural bodybuilding show. I used to think bodybuilding was easy. All I had to do was work out and flex in a Speedo for 15 minutes. How hard could that be? I didn't know how much actually went into the process of bodybuilding. Today, I'm going to take you guys through my full day of eating and some other stuff I'm doing to get ready for my first ever show as a college student.
What's up, guys? It's 4:30. When you're on prep, you're competing, you wake up a lot earlier. I got a lot of stuff I need to get done, so I'll take the early mornings. By about week 12, I completely stop having energy waking up. Basically, what your body will do when you're about to wake up, about an hour before, it'll start shooting carbs into your system, shooting energy, getting you ready for the day, getting you ready to wake up energized and refreshed. But no, it stops happening. You'll just wake up and you'll barely know you're awake. You'll be like, oh, am I asleep still? Am I awake? What's going on? But once you just push yourself up, stop thinking about it, just get out of bed, that's what I learned you gotta do. You just gotta step into that. But I weighed in at 197 today. The weight has been stuck, and that's happened a couple times to me on prep. I'm not sure exactly why. My body is kind of weird, I guess. Everyone's body is different with losing weight. So if you guys struggle with your weight staying stuck for a while, just be patient, give it time. I'm sure I'm gonna come down because I'm doing so much cardio and eating so little. It wouldn't make any sense for me to not lose weight. Just gonna stay level-headed, not gonna stress out about it. But yeah, about to go do my 20 minutes of Stairmaster and pose. I just gotta keep posing, keep figuring out all my mandatories right now. Gotta lock them in. But right now I'm editing actually the vlog for the same channel. So I really like looking at these vlogs and just being able to talk to y'all, have a dialogue. I like my other channel too, where I'm posting informational, but this one's more real. Both are good. I just love making videos. Just spent the last couple of hours editing and I created this little thumbnail that looks juicy to me. That looks like a juicy little thumbnail to me. I'm done now, wrapped up. Been pushing my meals back because pushing your meals back into later in the day will make it so you're less hungry at night when you're trying to go to bed. That's better if you're trying to get good sleep because you don't want to be stressed out. You don't want to stress your body out. So if you are trying to diet, pushing back your meals can actually just be really helpful in general. So I'm about to go read and walk on the treadmill. And the reason I actually walk on the treadmill instead of on the cold, hard concrete is because it's a lot less fatiguing on your legs and joints to be on that little soft treadmill type of thing. So if you do have joint issues, or if you're on prep like me who's trying to preserve their legs and not be as fatigued as possible, I would definitely advise doing something like a treadmill or a walk pad. Either way, it's completely good. Walking is very low taxing on the legs in general. It is time for meal one. For meal one, we are doing the eggs and the egg whites. Do 3 eggs. Give that a little stir, of course. And now for the egg whites, 200 grams. The reason why I do eggs and egg whites, don't need all the fat from the yolks, but I also want the healthy micronutrients from the yolks. So it's good to increase the ratio of protein to fats with the eggs and the egg whites. And also every morning I weigh my salt out for the day in this little container, just because obviously all the variables got to be controlled right now. 2 grams a meal, and I have 5 meals, so we got 10 grams of salt right there. It's time for meal one. I've got the eggs with the green beans, the mango chunks, but then I also got 2 more tools that I use. Coffee as an appetite suppressant as well as bubbling water will make me feel a lot more full, especially because I've been pushing my meals back, so my body's gonna be more hungry. And let's say I just ate these 2, my body might instantly want more food to eat. So I just use that kind of as a tool to make me feel more full and kind of satisfy me till my next meal. Just a good way to start off the first meal, especially with the Word of God, because I'm just renewing my mind on what's most important each day. Keeps me locked in, keeps me accountable. I'm gonna go ahead and crush this. Let's take a little bite though. Banging. I absolutely love meal one, just eggs, fruit, always hits different. So now let me show you all the supplements that I'm taking. Some supplements I take in the morning, others at night, but I'll go through my morning stack right here. First up is the vitamin D3. Turmeric, good for heart health and just inflammation. B12, that fats are a little lower, you might want to take it, which is with me right now. Then I also got my fish oil, which is great for testosterone. I don't like eating a ton of fish, so definitely would recommend fish oil if you're not getting in a lot of like salmon or other forms of like fatty fish. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take these. All in one gulp, all in one gulp. We did it. That's how we're looking right after breakfast. Let's go. So it is a little bit later and I just got done cooking up yet another vid. I am on my vid grind right now. But it's time for meal number 2. Show y'all what I'm whipping up for meal 2 on a rest day, which is a little bit less calories, I won't lie, than my normal day, but it's all right. Still love it. Gonna put 10 grams of creatine in this cup while I eat my second meal of oats. I make sure to get 10 grams of creatine instead of the normal 5 because I figure I'm a bigger guy, so I wanna make sure I'm getting all the creatine I can possibly get. You know, might be a little bro science-y, but as much water as I can in my muscle, you know, especially as a bodybuilder on prep. All right, so 50 grams of oats here on our rest day. Don't need as many carbs because just less energy needed, not a training day. Don't need as many carbs to have the energy to work out. Gonna put a little bit of salt here to make sure I'm staying hydrated. It's a little higher protein because it's a rest day. Less carbs, but more protein. So I feel a little bit fuller even though I'm eating less. It all works out. So there we go, 44 grams. Gotta get the exact measurements. Secret ingredient. It's orange, or not orange, it's extract. It just spices up the flavor of whatever you're trying to eat, whatever you're trying to spice it up without wasting any calories. So I always just pour a little bit in there, a little flavor. Gonna mix this with water. You usually wanna mix a little bit less than you think. If you overmix it, you're cooked. You're just gonna have watery freaking protein. We're trying to get that thick flavor. Here is the bowl. Put a little blueberries in there and we're good to go. So we're doing 100 grams right there. Voila. I crush this and my creatine and go head over to the gym. Just do a little bit of writing for scripting and walking. Get my steps in. Absolutely busting, bro. All right, so I just got back from a little bit of scripting, a little bit of walking, and I am now at 11,489 steps. Very close to 12K. It's where I like to be in situations like this. Earlier on, I still got 3 meals left to go. I'm gonna do a little bit of posing so I can push back that third meal and I'll be a little fuller tonight like I was talking about earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and pose and then eat my meal 3. But yeah, these rest days are a little tougher, but I go in like mentally prepared for it. So today was actually, it hasn't been too bad so far. Like I came in locked in for it, ready to suffer a little bit, ready to face some of my demons per se. And yeah, it really hasn't been too bad. So cross my fingers that the day keeps going like this. All right, meal number 3 is served, and don't worry, chat, I've got my pants on. I'm not eating the meal in the kitchen in my bodybuilding trunks. That would be pretty weird. I got my chicken with a little bit of lettuce, about 150 grams. No rice today, because like I said, we're doing lower carbs on the rest day because we don't need them for training. But I still do got a little bit of pineapple though, and some veg, so still a great meal. Absolutely love it. Give y'all a bite. I'm not gonna lie, I do not feel full at all after eating that.
Like, it felt like I probably just ate nothing. It's not the best feeling in the world, but it's worth it, you know? Dieting down for a bodybuilding show is all about not focusing on how you feel right now. It's focusing on your long-term goals. So I'm just not going to focus on the feeling now. Look to the future. I got food in front of my face, and that's a lot more than a lot of people can say. So we got no reason to complain. You gotta keep the mindset positive, especially because it's true. Like, I'm choosing how much calories I'm eating. Like, there's a lot of people in this life that don't get to decide that. So I still am very lucky, very, very lucky. And that's how I think, and it's helped me a lot. I remember when I used to be ungrateful for what I ate. Like, when I was dieting, like when I used to try to diet, I used to just get jealous and think like, oh, this guy gets to eat cake and looks so good. Like, it's because I was ungrateful, and then I'd end up binge eating like the next day. It's literally all because I had an ungrateful mindset when it came to eating. I would just fail. Fat loss is all mentality, you know? Eating is all mentality. You just gotta pick apart like your brain and what's kind of leading you astray, what's messing you up when you're trying to diet down. Honestly, as a fitness coach, my job, I think, is going to be helping people tackle the mental block barriers more than just the informational, which obviously I'll be able to provide. So now that meal 3's in, I'm just gonna do some work until meal number 4. So I'll see y'all for that. It is now 6:20, so it is time for my meal 4. I'm hungry and my head is hurting, so definitely excited for this meal. All right, so for meal 4, got my prepped up potatoes. Then I'm also eating 96.4 lean ground beef. You don't have to get as lean as a cut as me if you're not on bodybuilding prep, because the leaner the meat, the more expensive it is. So I am paying a little bit extra. Fat's gonna be a lot more calorie dense than actual meat. So just taking as much fat as I can out of there so I get less calories, lose more weight. You know what I'm saying? But if you are trying to lose weight, you don't wanna spend this much. 88.12 works perfectly fine. So does 93.7 as well. I also got a little bit more green beans. Like I said, my favorite vegetable. So also really good on the digestion track. A little bit less potatoes as well. 200 grams here. Can't notice the difference, so no problem there. Put that in the microwave and I'm gonna get cooking. It's looking good. This is how I get even more fat out. Just to make sure I'm not getting any fat, saving as many calories as possible, I press in like this and you'll see that fat is just coming right out. So see that I'm pressing against the edge right here and scoop. So we're getting all that unwanted fat out. Look at that. Press, 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 press. And I'm scooping just like that. And look at that, we got all that unwanted fat out there. This is not advice, but I'm gonna pour this down the drain because it's not enough to, I think, clog up the sink. I haven't had any issues so far. Cross my fingers though. All right, here's how it's looking. The ground beef, potatoes, just the most satiating food in the world because that means they make you feel the fullest for the amount of, I don't know, grams they are. Basically, potatoes are the most filling food that you can possibly have. I've got a little bit of salt here. Salt makes you hold water, right? Let's say, so if I start gaining weight, I don't want to know, like, not know why it is. I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm gaining weight just because I ate more salt that day and now it's untracked, you know? I want to control as much as I possibly can. I weigh out my salt, make sure I have 9 grams a day. Obviously, if you're just trying to lose weight in general, you don't have to do that, but weigh the salt, no seasoning because a lot of seasoning does have salt in it. Just another variable we're taking out. And you might think, oh, you're not having any seasoning? That must suck like hell. It actually doesn't. Like, all my food tastes so good to me, so like I don't even need seasoning because I'm just hungrier, and when you get hungrier, all the food tastes better. So it really like equals out, honestly. I don't have an issue. Everything tastes amazing. I'm gonna pound this, go do some posing probably. We locked in. Yes,
It is true, I lick my plate like a dog, but when you don't have a lot of food, you're gonna make sure you get every single last gram that you weighed out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm making sure I get even those little tiny grains of rice. I get every single one I possibly can at this point. But don't judge me until you've been on bodybuilding prep. If you are judging me, might be a little disgusting, but lick my plate, bro. A little more posing, then a little bit of work. Then it's time for meal 5. We get to it, and I'll see y'all for meal number 5. All right, meal number 5. I'm gonna show y'all how I make my Ninja Creamy ice cream. Milk, almond milk, isolate protein powder, probably about 5 scoops of whey protein. And the secret ingredient is gonna be my peppermint extract. This is what, if you're a mint chocolate chip guy, if you like your mint ice cream, this is what does that. It's a secret cheat code. Peppermint, things like, I don't know, vanilla, they're good. They're really good for flavor enhancing because it doesn't take calories to make a mint flavor. Dropping this down in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and weigh out 20 grams of dark 100% chocolate, healthy source of fats. You wanna stay healthy, you wanna eat good ice cream, you're gonna wanna get your dark chocolate. Make a little hole right here down in the middle. Then I just dump my dark chocolate down in there to the little hole, like a donut of goodness. A little bit of almond milk for the mix in, and we're putting it back in there. Ice cream with chocolate chips, like on meal prep, bro. Absolute cheat code, and we got mango chunks. Look at the ice cream. Whoever invented the Ninja Creamy needs some sort of Nobel Prize, bro. I'm gonna read my book and go to bed. If you like this video, make sure to leave a sub. And just go on your own journey, man. Go on something that inspires you, that you love to do, and just do it, dude. Like, honestly, that's the biggest piece of advice I have for anyone who wants to lead an interesting life, lead a life of purpose. Do it, dude. Let's go.